American hero flies between the missile and a full airliner and says, "You need to go through me first." Few hours ago, Taiwan Strait, Chinese fighter pilot locked a missile onto a passenger jet. 300 people on board, civilian markings, seatbelts on, doesn't matter. Command wants a message sent today. His wingman hesitates. "It's full of people." The lead says, "It's full of a message." He settles the lock. Then a single American, who's been rushing there for the last 15 minutes, rolls in and parks himself directly between the missile and the airliner. The Chinese pilot grinned. "Everybody moves when you point a missile at them. Nobody dies for a stranger." A civilian airliner, Pacific 388, is flying from one normal place to another. Then a storm shows up, a big one. The captain does the smart, boring thing every good pilot does. He flies around it. Going around pushes him a few miles off his planned route, a few miles closer to Chinese airspace than China would like. China notices everything that flies, sails, or floats within Taiwan Strait, and China decides this is worth scrambling fighters for. Not to escort the plane, not to wave it back on course, to force it down, or shoot it down, as a warning. The man they send is the flight lead. Call sign Tiger 01, a senior pilot, very experienced, very sure of himself. He has flown dozens of intercepts. Every time, the other guy complies. So he expects this one to go the same way. He slides in behind the airliner, a big, slow, harmless tube of people. His wingman, Tiger 02, is right beside him, younger, quieter, the kind of guy who reads the whole manual. And right now, he is staring at that airliner with a bad feeling in his gut. "Lead," he says. "It's full of people." Tiger 01 does not even pause. "It's full of a message. 300 souls who flew somewhere they weren't wanted." He settles the targeting box over the airliner. He arms the missile. A soft tone starts singing in his ears. Lock. This, he thinks, is the easy part. Up in the cockpit of Pacific 388, a warning chirps. Something is locking onto the aircraft. The captain has flown for 26 years and never heard that sound aimed at him. He looks at his first officer. Neither of them says the word out loud. They both know it. There are no weapons on a passenger jet, no flares, no armor, nothing. The most dangerous thing on board is hot coffee. So he does the only thing he can. He keeps the plane steady and gives nobody a reason to shoot. In the back, nobody knows anything is wrong. A flight attendant is collecting cups. A businessman is asleep on his laptop. And in seat 31A, a little boy is pressed against the window, watching the storm clouds glow. He is maybe 7. He thinks the lightning is the coolest thing he has ever seen. He has no idea a man 300 yards away is deciding whether he gets to grow up. Now, the American. A few minutes earlier and a long way off, a single U.S. Navy fighter is finishing a routine patrol. One jet, one pilot, call sign Viper. He is not supposed to be part of anything today. He already spent his missiles on the training range. He is empty. And he is low on gas at the boring end of a long flight, pointed home. Then the emergency calls start crackling across the radio. A civilian airliner. A lock warning. Fighters closing in. Viper does some quick math. He is the only thing in the sky that can get there in time. The math also says if he goes, he might not have the fuel to get back. He goes anyway. He firewalls the throttle and turns toward the storm. There is a wall of weather between Viper and the airliner. The same storm the captain politely flew around. Viper does not have time to go around, so he goes through, straight into it. The cockpit turns dark and gray. Rain hammers the canopy like gravel. The jet bucks and drops and slams sideways. His teeth rattle in his head. Somewhere in the worst of it, Viper runs the fuel and storm math one more time. It still says the same thing. He might not make it home. He thinks about that for exactly 1 second. Then he puts it away and flies. You make peace with that part before you go, or you do not go. The captain took 300 people the long way around this storm. The jet takes one very stubborn man straight through the middle of it. He punches out the far side, soaked in sweat and pointed right at the problem. Meanwhile, 2 command centers are watching it happen. On the American side, call sign Overlord. They see Viper's blip racing toward a very bad situation. They want to send backup. They want to authorize something. But an armed response next to Chinese airspace is not a button one guy gets to press. It goes up the chain, then up another chain. then to people in a much nicer building. So Overlord does the hardest thing in the military. They wait, and they hope the kid in the empty jet knows what he is doing. On the Chinese side, call sign Eastern. Eastern gave the order, and Eastern is about to make everything worse. Back in the gap, Tiger 01 is one squeeze from firing. His thumb is hovering, and then something comes screaming in from his left. Fast, gray, and it stops, right between his missile and the airliner. A single American fighter, sitting exactly in the line of fire. The near miss is close enough that Tiger 01 flinches. For 1 second, two jets almost become one very expensive accident. But the American holds it, rock steady, nose out, the belly of the airliner just over his head. Then the big jet's wake slams into Viper like an invisible truck. It throws him sideways and tries to flip him over. He fights it. He muscles the jet back into the lane, and he stays. Tiger 01 keys his radio. Annoyed now, not worried. American aircraft, you are interfering. Clear the lane, or I fire through you both. He means it, and he is certain it will work. Because who parks a jet in front of a missile for strangers he has never met? Nobody. That is who. Nobody dies for a stranger in China. The American's voice comes back, steady. You need to go through me first. Tiger 01 almost laughs. The American has missiles. Of course he does. This is a bluff, so he decides to call it. And then the American does something he does not expect at all. He switches to guard. Guard is the open emergency frequency. Every aircraft monitors it, every ship, every tower for 200 miles. It is the one channel nobody can pretend they didn't hear. And on it, the American calmly tells the entire world the truth. Winchester, meaning he has no missiles. Bingo fuel, he is empty. He is nearly out of fuel. He is not a threat. He cannot fight back. He cannot do anything except sit there as a wall. And he just made sure the whole planet knows it. Tiger 01's smile slips. This is not the script he had in his head. He tries to fix it the only way he knows, geometry. He banks hard to one side to open a clean shot past the American. The American mirrors him at once, slides right back into the lane. He banks the other way. Same thing. The wall is already there. He climbs, he dips, he tries to steal the angle. Every single time, that gray jet is sitting in the exact spot he needs. You cannot outfly a man who has decided he is not leaving. Tiger 01 is sweating now. Beside him, Tiger 02 has gone very quiet. He has been scrolling the intercept data, the airliner's route, its registration, its manifest, and his face changes. Lead, he says slowly. There are names on this list. So? Our names. These are Chinese citizens. Our own people. He swallows. The message command center want to send. It kills them too. Tiger 01 does not believe him. He does not want to believe him, so he decides not to. On the ground, Eastern is done waiting. They scramble a second pair of fighters to flood the sector. Two more jets light their afterburners and claw into the sky. The math just changed. It is heading toward 4 fighters against 1 empty American who is running out of gas. And Overlord, watching from the American side, still cannot authorize a single thing. The kid in the empty jet is on his own. Viper finally lets himself think it through. If that missile flies, it does not matter where he is. Too close, too slow, out of fuel, out of room. A dead man either way. And a cold thought comes with it. If he is dying anyway, he could ram the lead and take him down too. One last move. Make it cost something. But the lead is not alone. Take him out, and the wingman just finishes the job. It is a gamble. 300 lives riding on a stranger deciding not to shoot. He thinks about it, then he lets it go. He did not fly through a storm to kill a man. He flew through it to save 300. So he holds. Tiger 01 makes his decision. The world is watching? Fine, let it watch. He settles back behind the airliner. He puts the box back on it, he brings his thumb to the release, and beside him, Tiger 02 rolls his wings and peels away, just like that, gone from the formation. Lead, he says one last time. I will not be in this picture, and he is gone. Now, Tiger 01 is completely alone. Alone with his lock, alone with 300 people. The lock tone is still singing, and because the American put it all on guard, that tone is going out live. Tiger 01 keys his mic one last time. Clear the lane, or die with them. Nobody dies for a stranger. And the American answers. This is the actual line. There are no strangers up here. You called them 300 souls. Go ahead, make it 301. Silence. The whole world is listening to that lock tone. His thumb is on the release. All he has to do is press, and he can't. He cannot do it. An enemy with missiles he could have killed. That is a fair fight, and nobody would blink. But a man with no weapons, 300 witnesses behind him, and the entire planet listening? That man he cannot touch. Because the second he fires, he is not a human anymore. He is the man who shot a plane full of people out of the sky, with his wingman gone and his name on the tape. For one long, ugly moment, the tone keeps growling, and then the whole world hears it stop. He safes the weapon, heard by every station for 200 miles. Now here is where it gets bad for Tiger 01. Not bad like a dogfight. Worse. The airliner banks gently back onto its course. 300 people fly home, most of them never knowing how close it was, including a 7-year-old in seat 31A, still watching the clouds. Here is the thing about 300 people with 300 phones. Somebody filmed it. Of course somebody filmed it. A passenger had a camera pressed to the glass the entire time. A lone gray fighter, hanging in the air, refusing to move, while another jet circled it like a frustrated shark. That video is online before Tiger 01's wheels even touch the runway. And the moment it goes global, his own side makes a phone call, not to defend him, to erase him. Suddenly the story is that Tiger 01 was a rogue pilot, acting alone, unauthorized, a regrettable misunderstanding. The same command that ordered the message now swears it ordered nothing at all. He risked everything to send the state's message, and the state deleted him to save its own face. Tiger 01 taxis to a stop. His hands are not quite steady. He is grounded by lunch. And the American? Viper turns for home with a fuel gauge that is basically a rumor. He babies every drop. He glides more than he flies. On final approach, one engine coughs and quits from hunger. He sets the jet down on the deck anyway. Then he climbs out. He turns down every interview. He fills out his flight log by hand. The man who just faced down 4 fighters and a live missile, alone, with no weapons and no gas, describes his afternoon in 2 words. Routine patrol. Then he adds one more, just to be thorough. Uneventful.